So Amendment 1 was placed by the legislature. It's an additional $25,000 exemption for homestead properties. This would be the third one that they have. It applies from $100,000 to $125,000 in taxable value. And I think the general savings is roughly about $270 a year for a household, for the average household, which sounds like a good thing. I mean, everybody loves a tax cut.
But it's not exactly a tax cut. It's more like a tax shift masquerading as a tax cut. They already have two exemptions.
Yep.
I mean, in this case, you're moving this from the homesteads to the non-homesteads. The non-homesteads carry enough burden on their own. You're making a disproportionate system worse by voting this in.
Sure. Right. And what that means at the end of the day is the local governments are just going to look for ways to get their revenues that they're losing out on. So likely, we've seen it around the state already, they're going to be raising mills. And the cost of the non-homestead properties is going to be much more. So the renters, when you're going to the grocery store or your corner store or your local shop to buy goods, those costs are going to go up because they're incurring more costs to be in business. So at the end of the day, it's really not going to be that tax cut. It's going to be a tax shift, and it actually might end up increasing the cost to taxpayers.
Yeah. The good news is Amendment 1 will put $650 million into the pockets of Florida families. The bad news is the families that need that tax relief the most, your low-income families, renters, people whose homes haven't been appraised at $100,000, they won't see a penny benefit from Amendment 1. And then, as we all mentioned, there's the issue of how is government going to make up the $650 million in lost revenues. Right. Traditionally, government does it in one of two ways. It either taxes some other good or service, which tends to adversely affect low-income families, or it cuts services, which also tends to adversely affect low-income families. So as I see Amendment 1, people with more expensive homes are benefited at the expense of people with less expensive homes. And I think for that reason, voters should vote no on Amendment 1.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
Absolutely.